Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Just a quick middle of the day update. We've seen this wave 4 now unfold throughout the, afternoon for me. Depends on your time zone. But in the last few hours, we've seen this wave 4 that we talked about in the last video unfold a little further. I gave you a support area, or, not really an area, more just a level to watch, and highlighted if that level breaks below 42,148, then we have the next confirmation that Bitcoin attempts to finally move down impulsively, or could be even an ending diagonal in this C wave. One more high is a reasonable interpretation as long as this 50% retracement level is holding. Now, seriously, it's obviously getting challenged right now. So I have moved that B wave top here just to indicate, okay, the B wave could have topped. It's possible that this B wave has topped, but I really need to see that sustained break below 42,148, because that is, as I said in the last video, the 50% retracement level of the third wave in this C wave. Now, what we're doing here, we're looking at the microstructure, right? So be aware that in corrections, it changes a lot. That's just normal behavior. There are around about 12 or 13 different corrective structures. So we have some audio lessons in our membership that explain what happens in these corrections and why they morph and transform quite a bit. Main benefit of Elliott Wave is to tell us that we are in a correction and maybe should be a bit careful, with aggressive trading at least. So maybe not trade aggressively within a correction. Well, you might do that if you want to, but it's not really what is generally recommended. It's more about maybe accumulating or scaling into support, which is basically accumulating, right? And if you are trading within the correction, just be aware that you can see a lot of headwinds. As the market shows us, it's a bit of a roller coaster ride here, up and down, up and down. At the moment, we're just simply tracking structures to see if this C wave is finally unfolding, and the wave counts tell us the different requirements to understand if the C wave is finally unfolding. Why is that beneficial? It is mainly beneficial to understand that and helpful because we need to know when the correction is likely coming to an end. And at the moment, we are still stuck probably either within the B wave still. If Bitcoin forms a U-turn here and gives us another high, if the B wave topped, which is fine as well, then we can finally hopefully come down in this C wave. And I mean, the faster this correction, we're getting done with the correction, or the faster we're coming down, the better the prospects that this correction will finish soon, because we don't want to be stuck in this wave for forever. My thesis is sort of that it could really stretch into the new year. I mean, there will be lots of unexpected twists and turns along the way as we're coming down into this support area. So that can all, add to the time, and take time and so on. Ultimately, the only way really that Bitcoin could confirm to us that a low is in place already in this wave 4 and that the wave 4 is bottomed is basically by giving us an impulse to the upside followed by a 3-wave pullback, that and both large enough to break above resistance. Okay, so we need to see that impulse above $44,700. But at the moment, everything that we've seen is corrective, and even this isn't a clear 5-wave move up here. Yeah, so also that was most likely just a 3-wave move. Could get one more high, but now with this pullback, it's quite aggressive and quite large in size. So I'm starting to warm up to the idea that the B wave has topped. Unless we see that U-turn now, okay? Unless we see that U-turn at the 50% FIB level, because below that level, it has lost its impulsive character. So the C wave could have become an impulse, which is fine, a C wave, as a 5-wave move. So let's see. I mean, if this level breaks, it's the first indication that the C wave to the downside has started to unfold. And then we need to see a 5-wave pattern to the downside. Levels to be mindful of. Obviously, as the price comes down, be aware there could be a bounce from this descending trend line. There can be a bounce from this descending trend line, and there's likely going to be structural support around the area of $40,500 to $40,600 here, these previous swing lows. Okay, there'll be a lot of support. But if we look at Fibonacci projections, if the C wave is unfolding right now, then it should take us to the first main FIB level here at $39,260. So main point to remember is that we are still in a correction, that we have not yet started, with high likelihood, we haven't started yet the move to the upside. So we haven't started wave 5 yet. We're likely still in a correction. That could turn into anything, could turn into a triangle. Most likely a normal ABC structure, but it can transform, can morph into a triangle, especially as a wave 4. We have to have on the radar that it could turn into a triangle. Yeah, it's a bit too early to confirm it, but actually, that depends on which exchange you're looking at. But let's see, have we actually made a new high? Yeah, it's made a marginally higher high. Okay, I mean that could be due to slippage, but there's a way to probably count this as an Elliott Wave triangle as well. I wouldn't do it at this stage, but this could be an A wave, B wave, C wave, D wave, E wave, and then we could go. I don't believe that, especially it's questionable because the D is above the B, normally not valid. If it's a so-called barrier triangle, it would be okay, but yeah, very questionable. So I'm just focusing on a normal ABC structure, but remember I gave you a support level here at 42,148. So as long as that's holding, Bitcoin sometimes turns around at an instant. We only have 3 waves down. Could be that wave 4 with one more high. Just be aware of that, but it's not something that is like a trade setup or anything that is reliable. We are in a messy correction, so be prepared still mentally also for quick changes of direction and adjustments in the wave count as we are working our way here through this correction. Ultimately, we'd like to see either way that C wave down. Maybe it started, and I guess day later today we'll know a little bit more. That's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.